This land is your land. This land is my land. From California, well, to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf.
Hello, I'm Markie Shinn from Markies World, and I have with me today is Sharon O Johnson. Judge Sharon O Johnson. I'm sorry to say that, but Judge Sharon O Johnson, thank you so much for allowing me to come here and to interview you.
Oh, it's truly my pleasure to be here.
And I think this is an honor for me because I read up on you and I thought that it was just really wonderful to learn so much about you. And I met your husband. He is great.
Okay.
He is really great. So Sharon, tell me a little. Now, Judge Sharon, Judge Johnson, tell me a little about yourself. Where did you originate? How did this occur? How was Sharon presented?
Okay, well, I am originally from Chicago, and I attended Chicago Public Schools. I'm proud to say that I got an excellent education in CPS. I attended Lindblom Technical High School in Englewood. From there, went to Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois. Now, when I started at Bradley, I originally thought I wanted to go into medicine. I wanted to be a pediatrician. And the truth of the matter is, I thought that's what I wanted to do because that was really the only professional that I knew. Mm-hmm. Like many children, they can only be what they can see.
Right.
So that was the only professional that I had contact with and thought that's what I wanted to do. Little did I know that biochemistry was going to be a little stumbling block for me when I got to Bradley. And I got involved in student government there. There was a white supremacist that decided he would march near the campus. And of course it inspired the student body, including myself, to get involved in the administration so that wouldn't happen again. So at that juncture, I got in student government. I was elected all-school secretary and decided that I would go to law school. And luckily for me, Howard University accepted me into their fold. And from there, I clerked for a judge, Judge Lawrence Lawson, who was the first African-American judge in New Jersey, and then came back home and worked for the city of Chicago, and then went into private practice. And I practiced law for 14 years. I had a general practice, so family law, real estate, some transactional work like real estate closings. Basic, general practice, and then decided to run for judge.
And so, what goes into a person's mind when they're thinking about running to become a judge? I mean, for you to even think that way, you have to have so much courage in you, to say like, well, that's like saying I'm going to run for president. For most black people, I'm a little educated, I may not act like it sometimes, but,
Sure.
To say that you're going to become a judge, was it something that you said, well, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this, but I would like to become it, or did you just say that?
Well, Markie, honestly, I was practicing law and knew that I needed to make a change. Attorneys work long hours, and I wanted a more set schedule in my day, particularly because I was about to start a family. But also in my practice, I was appearing before judges that I felt didn't have the vested interests of the people that I served or our community in mind as they issued these rulings. And so, you can't complain unless you're willing to do something about it.
That is true.
And so you mentioned my husband, Reverend Mitchell Johnson, earlier. And I mentioned to him, you know, I think I might want to be a judge. Just kind of tossing it out there, not having no idea what it would take to make this happen. But I knew from my experience in New Jersey working for a judge that, you know, that may be a career path for me.
But you know, a part of that is your network system, because you have a husband that is really there for you. I mean, he's actually a great cheerleader for you. The way he was talking to me about you, it was just like, did he just marry you?
Well, he's very persuasive.
Because he is so in love with you. I mean, that's one of the things that people like to see in a black family, and that's really wonderful.
Yeah. Well, all I had to do was plant the seed, and he took off running with it. And of course, that's one of the things I love about him. But we certainly complement one another. Honestly speaking, he is moving full steam ahead, and I'm saying, you know, whoa Nelly a little bit sometimes. And so we meet in the middle.
Yeah, but I mean, to have somebody like that in your corner and by your side is just wonderful. Somebody you can trust and love and adore. That's just really, I mean.
Oh, absolutely, because it, as you stated earlier, it does take courage.
It does.
To run for any office, because basically you're putting your life, all of not only the accomplishments, but also the mistakes that you've made, and you're putting them on a platter for everyone to see.
I know, and I know that has to be kind of rough for you, because now you're laying your life out there. Yes.
Yes, that's not easy.
Sharing around the house is Judge O Johnson, you know, out in the public, and it's a lot that you have to bring out. And but from what I've seen, I think you are a wonderful person, and I am so proud of you. You know, that's one of the things that pushed me toward you. You know, and you know, I told you I've got like 3 or 4 of your cards.
Okay.
I was like, it must be a reason for this.
Yes.
It must.
Divorce, I decide child support, maintenance, custody of children.
Oh wow.
And I take it very seriously, because I know that these decisions not only affect the people standing before me, but also their children for generations to come, as well as the community, because when they leave that courtroom, whatever that order is, they're taking that with them. That affects how they treat the people that they come in contact with, and how they feel about themselves.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I try to look at the big picture and recognize that.
Yeah, that's true. You have to be in tune with these families that are coming up now, and realize that also that they're like 3 or 4 generations behind as far as parental values being given out.
In some cases, that's true.
Yeah.
And we
it's
have
a hard
to.
decision.
Yes.
Leave that to you.
Well, I tell you, you know, I'm married to a minister, and so one of the things that I do, and my mother's a minister as well, and she tells me, make sure you pray before you go out there. And so I do think that that's important. We need judges who, you know, believe in something higher than themselves. And know that there's.
In God we trust.
Yes, and know that there's an ultimate judge here that we have to answer to. And so, you know, that kind of keeps me grounded, and makes me strive to relate to the people that I'm serving, as opposed to, you know, looking down on anyone or truly judging their character. Although we're charged with, you know, with entering judgment. But, you know, none of us can really, you know, judge, you know, someone's character. We can judge their actions.
Yeah, that's true.
And the things that they've done, but that, you know, isn't who they are or who God has called them to be.
This land is your land. This land is mine.